5 Muslim-majority countries, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Kosovo, Morocco, and Sudan, signed peace agreements with Israel, and Saudi Arabia and other members of the Gulf Cooperation Council resolved a bitter diplomatic and economic rift with Qatar, paving the way for additional peace deals in the future. The Abraham Accords were a true turning point in history. If nurtured, they have the potential to bring about the complete end of the Arab-Israeli conflict that has existed ever since the founding of the State of Israel 75 years ago. Already, hundreds of thousands of Arabs can make pilgrimages to the holy sites in Jerusalem. Israeli and Arab innovators, scientists, and business leaders are forging partnerships to create jobs, build infrastructure, and improve the lives of people throughout the Middle East and around the world. As we advanced our strategy in the Middle East, we couldn't publicly discuss our approach or the positive signs we are seeing from Arab leaders. Our negotiations progressed on a knife's edge. A single untimely leak could have prompted traditionalists in the region to oppose Arab leaders who are bravely breaking with the past to make peace with Israel. Experts initially dismissed our goals as impossible, and critics delighted in my every stumble. Yet I pursued what I believed was the most logical pathway forward. Since I left government, people have often asked me how we reach these breakthroughs. I have done my best in this audiobook to chronicle the surprising events that made them possible. Throughout the Trump presidency, the media relied on leaks by officials who often had personal agendas. Until I saw high-stakes politics from the inside, I didn't realize how much goes on that the press fails to capture. The gap between the media's portrayal of events and the reality is far wider than I ever imagined. I eventually came to see that staff in the White House can spend their time trying to shape public perception, or they can spend it getting things done. Every administration wrestles with this challenge. It is the ticking clock in the background of every story in this book. Many authors, including former senior administration officials, have tried to explain Trump through a conventional lens. Most of these accounts fail to convey how Trump thinks, why he acts the way he does, and what really happened in the Oval Office. The truth was often hiding in plain sight. Through his untraditional style, Trump delivered results that were previously unimaginable. 5 major trade deals, tax cuts for working families, massive deregulation, the lowest unemployment in 50 years, criminal justice reform, a COVID-19 vaccine in less than a year, confronting China, defeating ISIS, no new wars, and peace deals in the Middle East. In this book, I don't try to speak for Trump, but I do share a lot of previously undisclosed personal interactions that will hopefully give listeners a deeper understanding of Trump's personality and management style. During my 4 years in the White House, I learned countless lessons that changed my perspective about how the government and the world really works. 3 stand out. The first is that it's easy to make promises, but it's hard to achieve results. Trump came into office without an army of experienced bureaucrats and Washington insiders. Finding people who both believed in his agenda and knew how to operate the levers of power proved to be an ongoing challenge. At every turn, people within the government tried to prevent the president from keeping his promises to move the American embassy to Jerusalem, withdraw from the Iran deal, build the wall on the nation's southern border, and renegotiate NAFTA, among many bold actions. I met hundreds of smart, competent, and patriotic people who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to get things done. Yet it takes only one bureaucratic barrier, congressional complication, or powerful individual to stop progress. Washington is programmed to resist change, even though change is what voters say they want most. I remember one meeting that typified the resistance Trump faced in Washington from both Republicans and Democrats. A veteran of the George W. Bush administration came to see me to discuss U.S.-China trade policy. While he fully agreed with our aims on China, he thought that using tariffs was a grave mistake. When I asked him what he would recommend instead, he suggested more rounds of talks. I said the first thing that came to my mind. So you want us to accomplish something you couldn't by doing it the same way you did it? For the Washington establishment, the answer to that question was a resounding yes. Many Beltway insiders